Hey, welcome to the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Len, aka the Len guy. I'm trying something new here. And as always, I'm joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
All right, we are in the second half of August this summer of 2025, and that means we are going to be dipping into Vincent's selections for this month, starting with a trip to 1994 and Wesley Snipes and Michael Wright in Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
A thrilling little drama starring Theresa Randle, Clarence Williams III.
Yeah.
Bondi Curtis Hall shows up.
Yes, he does.
And Abe Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda.
Fish himself.
The fish himself. The fish himself. I have a friend who's a comedian.
A fish?
Yeah, well, shout out to Rick Younger. And he had a running bit for years where he would talk about Abe Vigoda is still alive.
Well,
like people thought he was dead, and Rick was like, Abe Vigoda is alive.
I know.
So whenever
Abe Vigoda only just died.
I know.
2016.
I know.
I mean,
So whenever I think about Abe Vigoda, it's like, oh, it's too bad that he's not still alive.
I know.
So, but yes.
There you go. That is what we will be reviewing on this stop on the Micheaux Mission as we stream from Young Junk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast palace. We are streaming to YouTube, where every one of you are out there in the chat. Hello, missionaries.
Good evening, one and all.
Vincent, I was real curious about you choosing Sugar Hill because it dawned on me as I was watching the film that, one, I hadn't seen this movie since I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah.
It's been like forever since I've seen it.
Absolutely. I can absolutely see that.
And two, this is a movie, considering that this is Wesley Snipes probably at the height of his powers.
Absolutely.
But it's a movie that people don't talk about.
Yes.
Often. It's one of those movies that has kind of got lost to the sands of time. Why do you think that is?
We should probably talk about that during the review.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if that necessarily would be a part of
I
it.
do think there's something there
Okay.
to why it's kind of
like
got
left
lost in the cracks. And I do think, well, we'll talk about this because I do think it's a fascinating document to look at in 2025 because of a few pop culture phenomenon that are current. But yeah,
we'll talk about it. But first, we're going to talk about what you have to say, missionaries.
All right.
Or your emails. That means it's time for
Missives from the Missionaries. So what else is going on, Lynn?
We have emails, Vincent.
Ooh, missives from the missionaries. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, missives.
Missives from the Missionaries. Vincent, we have an email from Nicole Court.
Hey, what's up, Nicole?
Greeting to Len, Vincent, and the missionaries. I'm not sure if you guys will receive this email, but I will send it out anyway. Nicole, we got
it. I have a follow-up question. Why did Nicole think that we might not?
I don't know. I do not.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Nicole, you're not in danger, are you?
Perhaps her address is the end of the earth.
Right.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Why she?
All right. Well, we got it.
We got it.
All right. Good.
And allow me to continue.
Ooh, glad we got it.
With your email.
All right.
After listening to your tangent on black movies to show aliens,
yes,
I was inspired to do a list similar to that, but with a cat. A cat.
Okay.
Black cats, in particular, in my opinion, are sophisticated, classy, but also want to have fun. Here is my list. Some may call it a hodgepodge, but bear with me.
Okay.
My top 10 movies I will show my cat.
Okay.
Some of these films are black movies, some are not. She has honorable mentions.
Okay. All right.
Nicole went deep.
Nicole is a good cat owner.
All right. So her honorable mention of movies that she will show her cat:
Okay.
How High,
Okay.
Hoop Dreams,
Okay.
Come Back Home, Charleston Blue,
Come back, Charleston Blue. Mm-hmm.
and a Kid and Play double feature of House Party and Class Act.
Class Act, the Dark Horse Kid and Play project.
Yeah. Which will allow me a brief tangent
Okay.
to give a shout out to a friend of the show, Toya, who, for those who don't know Toya, she used to be our social media director. She's a huge black music and hip hop head.
Yes, she is.
Especially old school hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And she went to an old school hip hop concert this past week.
Yes, she did.
Where she did see on the stage Nice and Smooth.
Yes, she did.
Now, of long running contention here on the show of mine is that Nice and Smooth were better MCs than Kid and Play.
Yes, absolutely.
And Toya, seeing Nice and Smooth on the stage in 2025, felt the need to send me video evidence.
Yeah.
That Nice and Smooth are no longer better than Kid and Play.
Right.
On the microphone.
Nice and Smooth are funky. They're just not as funky as Kid and Play.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Apparently not anymore. To be fair, I've not seen Kid and Play perform in 2020.
They've slowed down a bit too. Much like we all have.
We all have. So Toya, yes.
Yeah.
Nice and Smooth are no longer better than Kid and Play. I still contend in their heyday that they were.
But glad you saw it. We were talking a few weeks ago about going to see acts, and you were teasing me about who I would and would not go and see.
Yes.
This, that, and the other. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know when the tickets go on sale. I don't know if it's come across your attention, but Raekwon, the chef, is going to have a 30th anniversary tour for Only Built for Cuban Links, along with Mobb Deep, who apparently that's the same year that The Infamous came out. So Raekwon, the chef, and Mobb Deep are going on tour together.
Yes.
To do their albums.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm real. Like I'm there already.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm 100%.
Vincent, you wouldn't go to the Roots picnic.
We talked about this. The average age at the concert that I just said is going to be 47 years old.
Okay, Vincent. All right, Vincent.
Wait, you don't see the difference between the Roots picnic and Raekwon doing Only Built for Cuban Links?
I have a funny feeling that, yes, while that group, a lot of that audience is going to be 40, 47.
The average age is going to be 40.
Okay, 40.
Yeah.
Yes. I still contend, though.
The youngest person there is going to be 30.
I don't know if that's going to be an audience that you are going to want to be hanging out with.
100% going to see that. 100. The only reason I haven't purchased tickets already is because they're not on sale. The reason I know they're not on sale is because I went to look for them and they're not on sale.
All right. I'll be curious. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to continue with the
Please do. I just want to talk about that.
All right. Now, these are her 10. I've done her honorable mentions.
Sure. Now we got the actual.
These are her actual 10 movies that her top 10 movies that Nicole Court would show her cat.
Right.
Number 10. The Naked Gun.
Okay.
Because she contends that The Naked Gun ages better than Airplane. Ooh, that's a hot take. Number 9.
I don't know how hot that take is. That's an interesting argument.
It is, but I think that it is a hot take because like just blindly hearing it. But you're right. If you watch the two of them, because Airplane is definitely.
Because here's the thing. I think most people haven't actually seen Airplane. I think more people have seen The Naked Gun than Airplane. Naked Gun was a monster. Like, I think Airplane was a hit, but I think Naked Gun was a monster.
I don't know. Airplane got, I mean, I think it's probably about even. Because, I mean, Airplane got a lot of run on, like, TV.
Wow, Naked Gun ages better than Airplane.
But the argument, argument, I think it's a good argument.
Yeah, that's an
I think it's a good argument. Good argument.
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
Number 9.
All right.
Boomerang.
Sure, of course.
A flying cat chasing another cat, an underrated black classic.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8. Roman Holiday, starring Audrey Hepburn.
Can't beat Audrey Hepburn.
Number 7. A Rage Up in Harlem.
Rage in Harlem.
Number 6. Brown Sugar, because she loves Taye Diggs.
Sure, of course.
Number 5. When Harry Met Sally, or Miss Sally.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Number 4. Devil in a Blue Dress, or More Better Blues.
Okay, all right. Young Denzel.
Well, she says Denzel at his sexiest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Number 3. Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion.
I've never actually seen it.
Me neither, but she says the movie is silly, but she likes it.
People love it.
Number 2, Crooklyn.
Yeah. He gets real sad in them last 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Yeah, I would watch Crooklyn more, but them last 15. Dead Mama is tough.
And number 1.
Okay.
The number 1 movie that Nicole Court would show her cat.
Okay.
Daughters of the Dusk.
Okay.
Really, Nicole?
Sure. Okay.
Really?
Sure, why not?
Daughters of the Dusk.
Yeah. The cat will probably jump at the screen at the dinner scene though on the beach.
I don't know about that one. I don't know if you stuck the landing with that list, Nicole. But thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you as always. We have an email from one more email we have for you. This is from Michael Lockett.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Len, Vincent, and my fellow missionaries, it has been a week that I took my family on vacation.
Oh, very nice.
It was a long time coming this summer. Ain't it a shame that when you're young, you never really appreciate how magical summer is, having basically nothing to do but hang with your friends. As adults...
that is so funny. Put a pin in that. I just, literally when I left the house, I had a conversation about this. Go ahead.
Okay. As adults, many of us try to pack a whole summer's worth of freedom, activities, and chilling into a week or two. Oh, well, it is what it is. If you two ever get to visit Montauk, New York, you should. It's scenic and semi-artsy. Last week's flick, Iron Eagle 2, The Battle Beyond the Flag, is, in a word, trash. I do not hold this against Lou Gossett Jr. at all. I'm a fan of this franchise as it had Lou Gossett Jr., and it was a turn off your brain and kind of enjoy the fare. That said, you did some bare minimums when it comes to your production, and they didn't hit them with this outing. Could have been better, wasn't, but hey, that's okay. The Wayback Machine dropped me with you too, and The People Under the Stairs.
Oh, yeah.
And special guest co-host Vincent's son, Adam.
Oh, that is so funny. I'm about to talk about Adam.
The little made that review even better. Just when you get into any discussion, we get the little voice interjecting with force. I love it. I had forgotten about this flick and really enjoyed it. So much bad horror, thriller, suspense gets churned out. You miss or forget a lot. This was well done on a minimal budget, like when writers and directors who can't talk about Black culture in a real way decide to not really try. I think that's what you did here, and it works. He has a quick question for us, but what did you want to say about Adam before I get to his question?
No. It's just a super tangent just because he brought up, Adam is in between summer camp ended and school starts next week.
Yeah.
And he's just, he's not doing anything. He's just sort of hanging out, playing on the Switch and looking at videos and playing. And we were talking about, these kids and their schedules. And how it's so different, just like Michael said, I remember as a kid, it really was unstructured.
Yep.
For the vast majority of the summer. I think we were good enough, baseball maybe spilled over a couple of weeks. Like if you got to the playoffs, for a few years, I went to Boy Scout camp. But besides that, it really was, you just kind of went outside at 10. And you know, we were just talking about that. Like I remember a lot of days I would skip lunch because, you know, if you came inside, you were in play. Like if you came inside and depending on how dirty you were or how musty you were, your mother would say, you know, hey, what's going on? You know, go ahead and take a bath. And once you took a bath, that was ball game. Like you couldn't go back outside because now you're taking a bath. So you just, you know, it was a lot of catch can around. Like are you hungry? I'm not hungry. I'm not. You know, you drink out the hose and just stay outside all day. But you know, so many of the kids just don't have that.
I see. I don't even know that life because one, we never went to camp.
Okay.
Ever went to camp, and as soon as my older brother, who was 7 years older than me, was old enough to kind of like be home on his own, during the summer, we were home with my brother Aaron.
Okay.
And so we went outside, like you said, 10 o'clock. We were outside probably, I guess maybe like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, Sesame Street came on at 9 o'clock. So we would be outside by 10 o'clock. And we'd be outside. Like,
right.
Lunch, what? I don't know.
Right.
Like, and if we did have lunch, we could go in and come back outside.
Right.
We were running in and out.
Yeah.
My mom, we would see my dad would come home first, and sometimes he drove, but a lot of times he would, because he worked in town, he'd take public transportation. So he come walking up the street, and every kid in the block goes, "Hey, Mr. Webb, hey, Mr. Webb. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?" And then we walk him back to the house, and then we sit on the steps, and then we go play. And then my mom, she worked at Gimbel's. But my dad would have to go pick her up from the train, and sometimes he would go, if my brother was going out, he's like, we have to go with him to go get my mom. So we'd go with him to go get my mom, and as soon as the car came parked back home, the kids be at the door because it was me and my sister. We were twins, so the guys would be there. Then we need you to play the football, and the girls would be like, "Hey, lads, we need you for double dutch."
Y'all were the linchpin.
We're the connective
social
tissue.
situation,
dude. Our like steps were. They were City Hall.
Sure.
Like, because everybody came there.
Sure.
Because they either wanted Len or they either wanted Leslie.
Yeah.
And that's what we did, man.
Yeah.
That was my summer. I never went to camp.
Yeah.
I don't know what camp is.
I went to Boy Scout camp a couple of years.
You know what? I didn't go to Boy Scout camp. It lasted this tangent. But there was this guy around a corner from me.
He taught us how to shoot bow and arrows.
What was his name? I think his name was like Mr. Lewis or something like
that.
Owned like a little corner store, and he called himself like a Boy Scout. What do they call the chief?
Scoutmaster.
Scoutmaster.
Sure.
So he was like, oh, cool. We joined the Boy Scouts. So we joined the Boy Scouts with Mr. Lewis, and we went there for like about 4 straight weeks, and all we did was clean his store. And one day I came home and my mom noticed the dust on my sneakers, and she's like, what were y'all doing? Were y'all playing? It's like, no, I had to get up under the shelves. And Mr. Lewis, under the shelves?
Under the shelves.
My mom.
That doesn't sound like Boy Scout camp at all.
She dragged us back there.
Yeah.
She threw the Boy Scout uniforms in the store and said, if you ever.
Oh, look.
I don't even know what else she said. All I heard was, if you ever. And then she walked into the store, and next thing I know, I was down on, that's my last day of boy camp.
Right.
Boy Scouts.
Right. Well, that's terrible that he misrepresented the Boy Scouts of America like that.
It's funny. Michael Lockett has a question.
Okay. Right.
If you could sort this through your own brains.
Okay.
Taking girl trip out of the conversation.
Okay.
Are We There Yet? The best black film about black people traveling. I keep trying to find something akin to On the Road to, like the Hope and Crosby movies that that had black characters in it. For the life of me, I'm coming up with Bupkis. All the best, Micheaux. Are We There Yet, which is Ice Cube and Nia Long. Is that the best black film about us traveling?
See, I have one that I like better, but much like when we reviewed it, I in full disclosure, I'm completely subjective about this movie.
Moving?
So, no. I'm always going to pick Bustin' Loose.
That's what I meant.
But the question is
Bustin' Loose.
That I'll ask you, because you don't have just the sheer love that I have for it. Do you think Bustin' Loose is better than Are We There Yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
So Are We There Yet is still the winner for you. Can you think of another film?
I don't know.
Wait, did he say comedy or just film?
He just said film.
Get on the Bus.
That is a better movie.
Get on the Bus.
That is
Get on the Bus.
About us traveling.
All right.
Yeah. Get on the bus.
So is there a better traveling film than Get on the Bus?
Wow. I can't think of any.
Snakes on a Plane is not as good as Get on the Bus, I'm going to assume. We're not going to go with Snakes on a Plane?
No.
Snakes on a Plane not in play?
No, it's not in play.
Not Snakes on a Plane?
Snakes in the plane.
Okay, so not Snakes on a Plane.
It's not in play.
We're not going with Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. There's because I'm thinking about like small moments in some movies, but the movies aren't about the traveling.
Right.
Because I was actually thinking about Uptown Saturday Night, but that's everything that takes place after the cookout. When they go driving and Sidney Poitier is on
the end.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking of these moments.
Right.
So I can't think of anything. Yeah. I think Get on the Bus.
Yeah, we might go with Get on the Bus.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah.
And
that's not a bad one to land on.
No.
Because it's an excellent film.
Right.
I love Get on the Bus. I just rewatched that maybe about a year ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was good.
It's a shame. It's a shame that there isn't a real kind of comedy that jumps out, because much like Micheaux, and I know you're a little ambivalent about the Bing Crosby.
I don't like them at all.
Oh, you're right. You're not even ambivalent. I didn't want to.
I'm not a Bob Hope fan.
Not a Bob Hope. Yeah, but are you not a Bob Hope fan because he was an asshole, or you don't like Bob Hope, like as an entertainer?
I don't like Bob Hope, the man, because he was an asshole.
Yes.
And what I've seen,
that I understand.
And what I've seen of his work, yeah, and I don't like. I recognize that he was this institution,
but do you get it? Like, do you get it? That
no,
you don't like. So you don't even understand why he got the tap.
No, I don't. I don't because I don't think he's that like he has that much charisma. No.
Okay, all right.
Like my guy was Jack Benny. I understand it's two different sides of the coin, but my guy was Jack Benny. They both were built up by their writers into the personas that they were, but I think Jack Benny's was more authentic. He was a more gracious comedian.
Again, I'm not talking about them as men, because
well, yeah. I mean, he was a better man.
Like they're all racist and anti-Semites
to some level, yes. To some level, yes.
No,
I'm agreeing with you.
Right, you're saying to some level, like trying to give him a little space. No, all of them were terrible. I agree. I think Jack Benny. Were they contemporaries? Would they be contemporaries?
Yes.
Oh, that's really interesting then.
Yeah.
So now my question to you, old timey Len. Why do you think? Would you say Bob Hope was bigger than Jack Benny?
I think he became the bigger star. Yes.
Why do you think that is? Because I agree with you. I never put them together until you said it just now. But when you said it, I immediately said, oh, Jack Benny would have been murder in those movies.
Because Bob Hope was more, and the personality that he built himself up to be was more of an extrovert. And he definitely played up, doing all of the USO shows. Those made him huge.
So you think that translated to opportunity
Yes.
in Hollywood as well?
And it's because he became like the superstar master of ceremony.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Because until Johnny Carson comes around, he was the guy that hosted all of the Oscars.
Right.
Like
right.
he
right.
was that guy.
Okay. I also think Jack Benny's humor, which is why I think he ages better, I think his humor was a little sharper and a little edgier.
Oh, so much.
Like
sharper is the word.
Like Jack Benny was quietly ahead of his time.
He was. He absolutely was,
Yeah.
which is why a lot of the great sitcoms, all the way from Seinfeld to Curb Your Enthusiasm, the Larry Sanders Show, all of them, they know that they owe a debt to Jack Benny.
Jack Benny was also cooler than Bob Hope. Like Jack Benny quietly had almost Rat Pack energy.
He did, but
he was like the Rat Packs. Well, appropriately enough, because Bing Crosby started it. He actually kind of strikes me as like their cooler older brother.
Yeah. Because I think what makes him cooler though is because he was comfortable in his own skin.
Yeah. Right, that whole persona.
Yeah,
like he was just a cool dude.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to keep up with the Joneses.
No.
He wasn't trying to run with all these Hollywood guys and everything like that. He kept to himself. He had his wife was his co-star on the show. Jack Benny was cool. Did he have some issues? Like you said, they all did.
Look, man, right.
But
yeah, it's a shame we don't have a breezy film like that we can really point to.
We really don't. I think like the closest we have, I'm saying the closest we have, I was going to say the Sidney Poitier, Bill Cosby movies, and even then it's really only the first two.
And they're not travelogues.
They're not travelogues.
Yeah, I just mean that genre of two comedians. You kind of throw them in a car, and then things unfold. Of course, we don't really do a lot of comedy teams.
Well, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
they're really not. It's Kid and Play, it's Cosby and Poitier.
Oh, I mean, even in the past 10 years, like
in the past 10 years,
like it's like
past
The
10
Rock
years,
and Kevin Hart.
It's The Rock and Kevin Hart. That's it.
Yeah.
As far as like teams, unless you want to go Cube and Mike Epps.
Yeah, and they haven't done anything.
And it's been a minute for them, and those weren't really as much as you wanted them to kind of be brief. Now, I think had they stayed together, I think that Cube and Chris Tucker had an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Like but Mike Epps and Cube, I think they had different energy.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
Yeah. Good question though.
It is a good question.
It's a good question.
And who I think they also thought they were going to have it. They thought they were going to have it with SZA and
Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer.
I'm not giving up on them yet.
Yeah, but they need another film.
Well, they need
a better film.
They need some seasoning.
Well, Keke's got seasoning, don't you think?
No, I mean as a team.
Okay, yeah.
As a team.
Yeah.
As a team. And he took
the shame of it is.
Boy, you're probably going to say exactly what I'm about to say.
The shame of it is that nobody thought in their prime.
Go ahead, say it.
To take Gina Arnold.
There it is.
And Tisha Campbell and give them a show or a movie.
I wish I could go back in time and strangle people at these studios for not just giving Tisha Campbell and Tichina Arnold a development deal.
Yep.
And tell them,
do your thing.
Just whatever you want.
If they were think if they were in their prime now in the time of streaming.
Dude, right now, I know Tichina Arnold. It's so funny. I see these clips of The Neighborhood and everybody is just well-fed.
They got that network money.
Like
you
network
money, man.
Like skin is just glowing. Like everybody, like the suns are glowing. They're like everybody just well fed, and so I know Tachina Arnold doesn't need to do anything, but I would murder for them to have a Netflix show with 10 episodes of women in their however old they are, late 50s, early 60s. And just
give them a
what was it, Fran and
Gracie and Fran?
Yeah, just a black Fran and Gracie.
Yep, whatever that was.
Yeah, just look here, just whatever you just go.
And they can bring all their girlfriends on to guest on.
Come on.
I would eat that up so hard, man. Make it so.
Oh my goodness.
Make it so.
All right.
All right.
When we're in charge, there are going to be some changes around here. Oh yes, there are going to be some changes around here.
All right.
All right.
All right, that's your emails. If you have thoughts that you want to share with us, please email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com. That's MICHEAUX@gmail.com. I'm looking at all the people in the chat that have joined the chat. Lisa Alexander is in the chat shouting out for Queen of Slim. Hey, what's up, Lisa?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they are going traveling.
Yeah, yes, they are.
You really not like that movie.
She was the worst lawyer in the history of lawyers.
She was. It infuriated. Because that
I've decided Queen wasn't actually a lawyer. She was like a Tyler Perry character. I am a lawyer. I am an attorney. Look at me. I have briefs. I am a lawyer. There were things that happened in that film, and I was like, now, I'm not a lawyer, but I've watched a lot of Law and Order, and I just feel like as a lawyer-matician, you should be making other choices.
Hey, what about Johnson Family Vacation?
I thought about Johnson Family.
I mean, it's not a good movie, though.
I was about to say the problem is it's not that good.
Yeah, it's not good.
Right.
It's not good. It's a shame. I'm trying to think of travel when I got nothing. To be fair, it's not like there's a lot of travel movies.
Right.
So in general.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
All right.
Now
it's time for us to play the Game of Kings.
Yes.
Or, as better known, as 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin.
All right.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin, where I give Vincent 2 actors and he has 6 films or less to connect them to the breeziest of actors, D'Urville Martin.
Absolutely.
Keeping it in theme, Vincent, we are going to be reviewing Sugar Hill.
We are.
From 1994 tonight.
We are.
So I have selected, I took it easy on you today.
Okay, all right.
I have selected 2 actors from Sugar Hill.
Okay.
You can't use Sugar Hill.
But I cannot use Sugar Hill.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So number one. In 6 movies or less, connect D'Urville Martin to Abe Vigoda.
Abe Vigoda, the great Abe Vigoda. Love Abe Vigoda. I mean, I think we all love Abe Vigoda. You love Abe Vigoda, don't you?
Yeah.
Of course you love Abe Vigoda. I mean, the obvious choice is, of course, The Godfather.
Tessio. Tom, can you get me out?
Damn. Oh. Nobody plays just sort of hangdog. There were moments in this film I was just like, can someone just go get Abe Vigoda and escort him out? It's like Chekhov's Abe Vigoda. Like, you know Abe Vigoda's not going to make it out alive as soon as you see him. All right, but you know what? Let's go here instead. See if we can take an interesting route.
To Abe Vigoda.
To Abe Vigoda.
Star of my father's favorite TV show of all time.
Fish. No. Barney Miller.
Barney
Miller. All right. Yeah. All right. So D'Urville Martin is of course in. I'm gonna take the long way home. I don't think I'll run out. I think I have enough room to go fairly long. So D'Urville Martin is in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier. Sidney Poitier is in Paris Blues with Diane Carroll. Diane Carroll is in The Split with Jim Brown. Jim Brown is in 100 Rifles.
Yes.
With Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 4. So I still have 2. Okay, but Burt Reynolds is in one of the greatest films ever made. Not the greatest, but maybe the second greatest, because the first one is the greatest. But he's in Cannonball Run 2 with Abe Vigoda. Remember Abe Vigoda's in Cannonball Run 2? Or maybe you didn't remember that.
I did not remember that. Slipped.
Yeah.
It slipped my mind that he was in Cannonball.
Cannonball Run 2. Now there's a travel film for you.
It's not okay. It does not age well.
That's because you have no love in your heart.
No, it's because I have taste.
Yeah, see, all right.
When was the last time you seen Cannonball Run?
We had this conversation like a year ago. Like, I watched it. And the whole time I watched it, I was like, first I was confused, and then I was sad for you.
Because I
said, that's a shame Len has no whimsy in his
I
heart.
like the first one. I like Cannonball Run. I don't like Cannonball Run 2. Or I think there's a 3 too.
There's not a 3.
There's not? No. I don't like Cannonball Run 2.
There's a Smokey and the Bandit 3.
I don't like any of the Smokey and the Bandits.
Really?
I get them. I get why they're made. I get why they're hits.
Why don't you like Smokey and the Bandit?
I guess
you are not helping your case.
You know what it is?
No, I don't.
I like Burt Reynolds, but I like Burt Reynolds at a certain speed.
Okay, and what speed is that?
And I think in Smokey and the Bandits, like, he's just a little bit too full of himself. And
see, that's what confuses me. Because if you had said you don't like Burt Reynolds during this period, which would mean that you didn't like Cannonball Run, then I can see the logic in that. I think he's way more pompous in Cannonball Run than he is Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, but I think Cannonball Run, because of all the different characters, it's a funner movie than Smokey and the Bandit.
Right, but you said the Burt Reynolds thing. Oh, so it's enough that it offsets the Burt Reynolds part.
Right.
Like, Burt Reynolds is my least favorite part of the Cannonball Run movies.
No, I agree. He's not my favorite part of it, but there's so much other stuff going on that I can still enjoy the movie. And don't get me wrong, they're all pale comparisons to the greatest travel movie of all time. It's a mad world.
Sure.
But I like it enough.
Sure. I love Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay.
Like, I actually love Smokey, and that's quietly the Jackie Gleason that I really like. Like, I know obviously Honeymooners Jackie Gleason is better, but oh yeah.
Oh, see, I like the Hustler Jackie Gleason.
I mean, that's a good. I mean, that one is better than Smokey. Like, let's be cool.
That's my Jackie.
They're all better Jackie Gleasons, but I like that.
First of all.
And then Smokey and the Bandit is actually hilarious as it goes on, because I don't know if the producers figure it out, or Burt Reynolds is just so much of a pompous ass that they just aren't going to match it. But I love how almost in the middle of the film, Smokey and the Bandit, you can see everyone figures out that Jackie Gleason is the real draw.
Right. I actually am just sitting here tickled that people have tuned in to see us review Wesley Snipes and Wright and Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
But they have sat through 30 minutes of us talking about Bob Hope, Jack Benny, Burt Reynolds, and Jackie Gleason.
Look, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's no telling where we're going. You know what it is. You can't eat an hour before you get in the pool. You know what it is? Who's next?
Oh, I forgot even what we were doing. Oh, yes. Number two. D'Urville Martin. Oh, God. All right. In 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin to Von D. Curtis Hall.
Oh, Von D. Curtis Hall. You know I love some Von D. Curtis Hall.
Yes. Mr. Cassie Lemons.
Yeah, Mr. Cassie Lemons. You know, the bad part is whenever I see him, I always say, I don't believe it. Because remember, that was him in Coming to America. But let's take the, you can go, let's see if we can do something interesting. With Von D. Curtis Hall. Because I've been thinking about him. Because we didn't thank everybody for coming out to our showing.
No, I was going to do that.
And we chose for
yes.
Yeah, but I've been thinking about so who I've been thinking about, of course.
You can thank everybody. You kind of like just.
Well, you said you were going to, so I assumed you were going to do it afterwards.
Yeah.
But my point, this is all stream of consciousness. So okay, all right. How do I want to get here? Again, we're going to be interesting. D'Urville Martin is in, I'll see if, I think I have enough. I'll go a long way home again, too. D'Urville Martin's in Sheba Baby with Pam Grier. Pam Grier is in Jackie Brown with Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is in School Days with Kadeem Hardison.
Samuel Jackson? Yeah, okay.
Remember, he's
right.
Is it true what they say about mission men?
Yes.
Kadeem Hardison, you ready, Len?
I know where you're going.
No, you don't.
Okay.
You have no idea where I'm going.
I don't.
Because Kadeem Hardison is in Rappin'. With Mr. Eric LaSalle. And Eric LaSalle, besides being in Coming to America with Von D. Curtis Hall, is also in the Drop Squad with Von D. Curtis Hall.
Very good.
How you like that? How you like that back road?
I'm glad you took that road. I'm glad you did that. Congratulations.
Okay.
And also, I want to congratulate you also on creating a new rule for the Micheaux mission.
What's the rule?
You are never, ever again allowed to connect anyone to rapping.
Nope.
I don't ever want to.
I reject that rule.
I don't ever want to.
Too bad. Too bad.
Everyone that is in rapping has done something else that you can connect to.
But I love the fact that you just, like, y'all couldn't see it. Lynn looked like I kicked him in the stomach. He couldn't believe I evoked rapping. And then you were angry. Like, you couldn't even believe that I had spun rapping up in this.
Why are you gonna do that?
Because isn't
We were having a fun time on the show.
Isn't that a bizarre connection? That both Kadeem Hardison and Eric LaSalle are in there, which then connects you to all this different stuff.
Look, they are both in there because they need to eat. That's it. It's young.
Bizarre,
it's young in both of their careers. They didn't have a choice. This is what came. God, man.
I mean, Mario Van Peebles is in there. Was there somebody else in there where it was like,
no? Why are you still talking about this movie?
Remember, they saved a youth center.
No, I don't. All right, that was 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin. Very good. We are now going to move on, and we are going to get into our review of Sugar Hill. You ready? All right. Sugar Hill, 1994 American crime drama directed by Leon Acacio, written by Barry Michael Cooper, and considered the second film in Cooper's Harlem trilogy, which started with New Jack City and concluded with Above the Rim. This film stars Wesley Snipes and Michael Wright as brothers Romello and Ray Nathan Scuggs, two drug dealers, high fashioned drug dealers.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In Harlem in circa 1994. This film also stars Theresa Randle, Clarence Williams III, Ernie Hudson, Steve Harris. Donald Faison shows up in this film.
He does.
Leslie Uggams shows up in this film.
She does.
Clarence Williams III is a special guest star in this film.
Yeah.
And our Degrees of D'Urville Martin, Vondi Curtis Hall, and Abe Vigoda in this selection. That was Vincent's pick for tonight's stop on the mission. Vincent, what say you of Sugar Hill?
Well, you asked a few minutes ago, why did I choose this? And I have to say it's a running joke. I have a list of movies.
This big short list.
This big kind of short list. And Sugar Hill has been on there for years because it was one of these films that came out in the 90s, that when it came out, it was sort of part of the conversation, of the cultural conversation. And, you know, just pulling out the camera a little further, I think pop culture generally has always been interested in what I kind of call the gentleman criminal. You know, not the gentleman thief, not the gentleman, you know, not like the cat burglar, but like the gentleman criminal where I am a criminal, I am a gangster, but I also have these very sort of genteel habits. And, you know, you think about Lucky Luciano, you think about, you know, in media, both Michael Corleone and the older Vito Corleone, and this sense that I am a criminal, I am a murderer, I engage in all of this activity, but I also drink tea with my pinky out.
I'm not a Philistine.
I'm not a Philistine. I'm not a savage, and this is something that you see, and you kind of understand the pull of this character. You know, I think as, frankly, Americans.
Oh, yeah.
We are drawn to the outlaw.
Yeah.
And with the gentleman gangster that I'm talking about, you can have your cake and eat it too. Like, you can have the outlaw, but he also is not ruggish, thuggish, gonna be, you know, putting his feet up on the table and knows how to use a fork. This character gets complicated when he's black, though, because the thing about a Lucky Luciano, the thing about the Godfather and these gangsters is that as this gentleman outlaw figure, you can separate them from the consequences of their crime more readily. Like, for everything we talk about with Luca Luciano and the Mafia and so on and so forth. By and large, at least as far as the popular understanding of them is, they didn't prey on Italians. Like, we are the Italian Mafia, but we don't prey on other Italians generally. The problem with the black gentleman gangster, and now, you bring in, just generally, is that by and large, the victims are also black.
Yeah.
So now, as an audience, as someone who likes this character, we have to have this real, almost disassociative state of how we deal with them.
Right.
And in pop culture, they do it in a couple of different ways. You think about, certainly during this period, I think it gets even sharper because of crack.
Yes.
And everything that came with the crack epidemic. So you look at the pop culture figures from this moment, and, you have something like Hoodlum, but that's a period piece.
Right.
And even the way they talked about Hoodlum, he was almost damn near a freedom fighter for black people in Harlem. A few years after this, I always think about Denzel Washington in American Gangster.
Okay.
Where
Wright.
again,
Gentleman gangster.
it's a gentleman gangster. It's Denzel Washington. He's wearing a suit, and you still sort of, because it's a period piece, you can kind of separate it a little bit. And then certainly, I'm in the midst of this rewatch of The Wire. And I think you could argue Stringer Bell kind of fits into this a little bit. I'm not a fan. I haven't watched it, so I might be wrong. But from what I understand, I think it's Ghost in Power kind of fits into this. And there's this tension between, I'm a gentleman, I play chess, I listen to jazz, but I'm also a drug dealer. And for me, that tension is the most interesting part of this film. As you said, this is a film about these two brothers, Romello and Ray Nathan, played by Wesley Snipes and Michael Wright. And they are drug kingpins in Harlem. And we find out through their backstory that their father used to be a petty dealer. Everyone is, of course, working for the Italian Mafia. And now the brothers have moved up, and now they are working for the same Italian Mafia. The biggest figure is, of course, played by Abe Vigoda. But Abe Vigoda and his cousin years ago beat up his father. Now his father succumbed to drugs. We also find out that their mother was a drug addict. Like, there's a very complex backstory to these brothers and what is going on. And of course, as often happens in these films, the main character, in this case Romello, played by Wesley Snipes, wants to get out the game.
Of course.
Like, he has all of these complicated feelings about being in here and so on and so forth. And, again, I think that is interesting as a concept. The metatextual casting of Wesley Snipes, I think, is speaking. We were talking about Are We There Yet?, which of course starred Ice Cube. But when you think about Ice Cube and his shift into comedy, you start with another real metatextual casting, which is him as Craig in Friday, where he's basically playing a funny version of an iconic role that he had played previously, Doughboy.
Right.
Similarly, Wesley Snipes playing Ronello, and as you said appropriately enough, because this is the second part of Barry Michael Cooper's Harlem trilogy, Wesley Snipes, of course, also played Nino Brown in New Jack City. So this is almost a gentleman version of Nino Brown. The execution, I think, stumbles for a few reasons. First and foremost, as you can kind of glean from what I said about the backstory, this is a complicated, this is a lot of details.
It's a lot of plot.
And frankly, it's enough plot just there to make a whole movie. Unfortunately, it's the 90s, and the other real text that has a lot of influence over how we tell these stories are the black buppy rom-coms. So in the midst of this crime drama, there's this riff on Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
And Love Jones, and you know, again, sort of the black comedy where Wesley Snipes is playing a Taye Diggs role as a romantic lead with Theresa Randle, and it just is no reason for it besides establishing that Romello is a heterosexual man.
That's it.
And you know, look, I get the instinct. Look, I think 1994 Wesley Snipes is really sexy. I think 1994 Theresa Randle is absolutely hypnotic. Like you know, me and Theresa Randle just so like you understand you've got these two amazingly sexy, amazingly beautiful people. Put them together. The problem, once again, going back to the time, is that you never get a chance to see them develop as a couple. Like they have hints of moments. Like there's a moment where they first met, which quite honestly is one of my favorite moments in the film, where they meet and she's come to the club with a dress with the tag because she wants to return it. And Wesley Snipes gets to do something besides be brooding and thoughtful, and gets to be playful for a moment. And then Theresa Randle also gets to be playful. But it's just a moment.
It's just a quick moment.
And for the vast majority of the film, you have the two of them walking together, and Terrence Blanchard, you know, God knows I love Terrence Blanchard, but Terrence Blanchard and his... I'm going to tell you what. They said, we going to use this Terrence Blanchard.
He is everywhere.
They Terrence Blanchard you to death.
Oh, my God.
In this film.
Well, he's got a lot of lifting up to do.
And they're walking together, and it's almost like a version of what you see in Zoolander, where Zoolander and Hansel have the look off, where the both of them are just sort of out mugging each other, like, I'm sexy. Well, I'm sexy too. And it's just sort of jammed in there. And because that has to be jammed in there, it takes time away from the main storyline.
Which is where you want to be.
Which is where you want to be. So although it pains me to say it, if I had to make cuts to this film, I would cut out the entire subplot with Theresa Randle. And it must be bad, because what I just said is, we have Theresa Randle, let's get Theresa Randle out of here, which is sacrilege. The other thing, I was never really sure what Michael Wright was doing. Michael Wright plays Ray Nathan's brother, and of course,
he plays Ray Nathan, Romello's
I'm sorry,
brother.
He plays Romello's older brother, Ray Nathan, and Ray Nathan, as an older brother, was on the front lines to a lot of this backstory. Like Candy Alexander shows up for a very harrowing first scene
as the mother
who ODs, but Ray Nathan is the one who helps her, ties her off, and then when his father is beat, Ray Nathan is up there getting beat. So you get the sense that Ray Nathan has seen things that Romello hasn't.
Yes.
So you understand he's a little bit more off kilter than the more thoughtful, more introspective, more cerebral Romello. But I kept wondering, is he supposed to be high? Michael Wright plays this character like his other iconic character, Eddie Kane Jr., but he plays him
from the Five Heartbeats.
Like Eddie Kane Jr. after he's a drug addict. So he's flailing around. He's sloppy. He's got a gun that he's really loose with.
The real quick trigger.
Like I just mean
Well, I'm just talking about his mind.
Yeah, you're talking about his mind. I'm talking about talking about Boy Scout camp. Just general gun safety.
Well, that's true. Yes.
Like it's just hanging,
Yeah,
about to fall out.
At the dinner table.
Belt. He's swinging it around. I'm like, I don't know if the safety is on. I feel like someone should intercede with him in this gun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a jarring tonal shift because the film wants to be this introspective character study of this man struggling with the contradiction of what we're talking about. So he's a lot. There are pieces in here I like. I was joking. I do like Abe Vigoda. And I think Abe Vigoda brings more of Abe Vigoda to, I think the script is overwritten. I think this is Barry Michael Cooper's second script after New Jack City. And frankly, I think Wesley Snipes and Alan Payne do most of the heavy lifting with that script in New Jack City. Similarly, I think Abe Vigoda is good because he's Abe Vigoda, and the director whose name, frankly, I forgot.
Liana Keese. The best compliment that I can give him is there are moments when he just gets out the way. I think there are moments with Abe Vigoda like this. I think anyone who watches this movie talks about Clarence Williams III, and Clarence Williams III, frankly, I think is a taste. Like Clarence Williams III in this moment, this kind of post-Purple Rain moment, is always going to take a big swing. Yep. That's why you're getting them.
That's why you're getting him. And either you like it or you don't.
Yes.
He has 3 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And I like them. I like them. In fact, there's a scene with he and Wesley Snipes as Romello, father and son, and it's a quieter scene with the soup. He's feeding them soup. And then there's another scene where he's playing the piano. And I said, once again, they don't need a lot of this other stuff in the movie. Like, I would love to see Ray Romello just dealing with his father.
Yeah.
Again, hell, I don't need Ray Nathan.
No.
So I like Clarence Williams III. I like Abe Vigoda. Wesley Snipes is fighting with this script. Mm-hmm. Like, he's fighting with it. And I think there are moments that he wins. I think there are moments that he loses. But ultimately, I like Wesley Snipes too. I think Ernie Hudson is enjoying himself more than anyone in the film.
Hey, Ernie Hudson is having a ball.
And I enjoy Ernie Hudson having a ball in the film. Fondy Curtis Hall shows up for a moment.
Ooh, we talk about big swings.
And I don't necessarily like it, but it is quite memorable.
It is. He makes an impression.
Yeah. So, there's that. And I want to talk about the end more because you feel like it's it's one of these films that you can tell Barry Michael Cooper wanted to give this character a happy ending. But you can also tell that just morally, it felt like he had to pay a price. And it kind of meets in the middle, so that I found the ending strange.
Oh, that's a word. That's a word.
So that eat the meat, leave the bone. I ultimately land on there's a lot of bone, but I still think there's enough meat. But I also think ultimately this is why this is a film we don't talk about as much as we do the other 2 parts of his trilogy. Both obviously New Jack City,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Above the Rim has more cultural cachet than this.
It does. It does. Yeah, I'll just cut to the chase. I didn't like this movie. I remembered from the first time I saw it, which was the last time I saw it, in the theaters. I remember leaving the theater saying like, okay, this wasn't bad. And I think I probably got caught up in what you can get caught up in is the look of the film.
Sure.
Because it is this very stylish, good-looking movie as far as set design, as far as wardrobe. In the 90s, it would be harder to find in the 90s a movie where black people do not dress as well as they do in Sugar Hill.
Sure.
Like in 2025, wanted pretty much everything that Wesley Snipes had on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I could wear that coat. I could wear that jacket. I could wear, all right, that suit's a little big, but we could bring that in.
Yeah.
You know, like I could do all of that. And he looked, the man was wearing it. I could definitely live in his apartment.
Yeah.
So you get lost in that look. And then in 1994, Terrence Blanchard is like he's like the new thing, and you're hearing his music all throughout this film, which gives this movie in 94 in the year of Above the Rim and Jason's Lyric and movies like that. It gives it a totally different vibe as opposed to everything else, because it's not some big hip hop soundtrack or anything.
Right.
So that's hitting you as well. Now watching it in 2025, you're like, oh my God, Terrence Blanchard, like did like how much did they pay you, man? Like you just gave them everything. Like,
yeah.
They just said like, yeah, we need you on all these scenes, dog. Like, I know they're just eating breakfast, but we need something for this. Like they needed something for everything.
We need a jazzy breakfast.
We need a jazzy breakfast. We need jazz eggs.
Right.
We need jazz eggs,
Right,
Terrence.
right.
Hook it up, because it is so much, and it is so overpowering on the scenes, and it doesn't meet the scenes because as good as the film looks, you're saying that the direction gets out of the way. I think the director got lost and just left the camera going because I don't think it's that well directed.
No. And let's be clear. I sit with Abe Vigoda.
Okay. Well,
and Clarence Williams III.
Well, I think somebody like Clarence Williams III to stay here. Clarence Williams III is our Christopher Walken. You just turn the camera on him and you let him go. And it's easy to direct that because follow whatever he does.
Right.
It's the same thing with Christopher Walken. So that's easy to pull off in those scenes. And especially because a lot of his scenes are opposite Wesley. So it's basically two-handers, right? And Wesley is basically bouncing off of whatever Clarence is giving him. That's easy to get right if you just have the camera on Clarence. But I don't think he's doing anything magical in those scenes to uplift them. That is all on Clarence. There are scenes in the film where, like, I think the biggest disservice that this film does to the director is that it opens up with a lot of this black and white stills, pictures, basically depicting the creation of Harlem and how it is transitioned over the decades until the 90s.
Right.
And it's all in these black and white photographs that are lovely photographs, a lovely montage of these scenes. And that, with Terrence Blanchard music, sets you up like, all right, I think we're in for something pretty cool.
Oh.
And the second it comes off those photographs, those black and white photographs, to Wesley Snipes in his apartment. It's in color. He's laying in the bed. There's all of the life and perspective and drama and beauty of those photographs are lost in this very stilted, boring scene that the director presents you with, of Wesley Snipes getting up, walking out of the bed, walking to a mirror. Then the next thing you know, he's leaving the place. He's getting in his car, and there's nothing artful about that direction at all. And you're set up that you're thinking you're going to be, all right, I'm in for something here. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe you didn't hit it off the bat here, but that continues throughout the rest of the film, and I think that is really the big letdown. Wesley Snipes took on this role because he wanted to do something different. He was in action Wesley mode. Sure. And he wanted to show something a little slower, a little bit more quiet. And he does. And Wesley Snipes, we have celebrated it here on the mission before, is a phenomenal actor when he is given something to really sink his teeth into. Right. You can tell he wants to sink his teeth into this. The problem is this film doesn't know what it wants Romello to be. One moment Romello is fine being a drug dealer. One moment he wants to get out of the drug game. One moment I'm going to take care of everything. And then in the very next scene, he's like, "Hey, Dad, let's leave." One moment he's with Theresa Randle and they're falling in love. The other moment he's like, "I'm going to turn it over to my brother." The script doesn't know what he wants to do. And you could see Wesley, he's ping-ponging back and forth in these scenes so that the character truly doesn't have any arc.
Right.
Because he doesn't know where he's going. Michael Wright, you're right. Michael Wright, I think, is a good actor. I think, but I'm not sure, because as I think of it, his three most memorable roles are basically the same role.
What's the third one?
The third one is whoever the knucklehead was in Oz that he plays. But remember, he's in Oz.
Yeah.
And he's a low down dirty dog in Oz as well. Yeah. Here he's off kilter. He basically, you're right, is Eddie Kane. He's stuck in that mode.
In the back end of the Five Heartbeats.
In the back end of the Five
Heartbeats. I actually like him kind of wounded in the front of the Five Heartbeats.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think maybe he's wounded here because of what he had to go through, like you said, as a child when you saw. But there's really no exploration of that at all in this film because, one, there's so much plot, like you said. And then two, because I think that Michael Wright, he's stuck in this one mode, and he doesn't really add too many layers to it. I think the opportunity to add layers to it comes late in the film, where he does a scene with him, Wesley, and their dad for jazz eggs or whatever they're eating in the morning. Oh no, it's chicken.
Jazz chicken.
They have jazz chicken.
Jazz chicken.
Hot chicken. But even then, it doesn't land well. It doesn't. Well, one, because they're both bouncing off. That's Clarence Williams, kind of like stealing the scene there.
Someone where he has the gun kind of far, looking like Bill Cosby as Mongo Slade.
All in.
I was like, dude,
sitting down for chicken.
Can somebody get him a holster or something,
or put it on the table behind you or something. Yeah, like, so that was annoying me.
Yeah.
All of the $3 white guys in this movie, besides Abe Vigoda, they were annoying me. There was one guy with this long dumbass mullet. He was annoying me. Abe Vigoda, to be honest, was annoying me as well.
Oh my goodness, you didn't like Abe Vigoda?
No, because look. look, in 1994, Abe Vigoda was 108 years old, so he was sleepwalking through a lot of this. He was boring. I'll tell you who.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I actually loved Abe Vigoda.
I didn't love him. Von D. Curtis Hall, you're right. You have never seen this Von D. Curtis Hall if you've never seen Sugar Hill.
Go with physically abusive sexual assault basketball player.
But that was a very disturbing scene.
Yeah.
That was a very disturbing scene to see. And not just because of Von D. Curtis Hall, but just
literally out of nowhere.
It's out of nowhere, and it adds nothing to the movie whatsoever.
Like, I wanted to go and find Melissa. I'm like, okay, Melissa, so it's like either the drug kingpin or the physically and sexually abusive basketball player. Baby, maybe you should work on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you should stop dating for a little while.
It adds nothing to the movie. It's totally demeaning
to the book club.
To Theresa Randle's character, Melissa, like you said. And
camping.
Now, I will say, you talked about Ernie Hudson, who admittedly is having a ball in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hamming it up.
But
you know, and he gets to wear a nice leather jacket.
Yeah,
but he's having a ball. God bless him. But you know who quietly to me is actually the best part of this movie?
Leslie Uggams.
Leslie Uggams. Because Leslie Uggams is given maybe 3 scenes.
And in 2 of them, she don't even talk.
She don't even say anything.
She just Leslie Uggams.
But even in those scenes, even in the scenes where she says nothing, Leslie Uggams, immediately you feel, oh my God, that's Melissa's mother. Mm-hmm. And you can see exactly what is going on in her head.
You know the whole history.
You know the whole history between the two of them.
I agree.
You know what she's coming from when she steps into the room.
I agree.
And without anything. And she is so... The whole time I'm watching this movie, it's like, why... We talked about Tachina Arnold and Tisha Campbell. Why is nobody doing anything with Leslie Uggams? God bless Cecily Tyson. Why is nobody doing nothing with Leslie Uggams?
Look, a couple of things you said, and I got the sense, I don't know if there's more footage, if something happened to the script, like you were talking about the motivation. First of all, I 100% agree with you with your critique of Romello and not understanding what his motivations are about being in this game and getting out and your guilt, and he kind of ping-pongs back and forth. But I think it mirrors Melissa. Like, this is not one of these stories where the woman inadvertently becomes involved with the criminal, realizes after she's emotionally involved that he's a criminal, and then there's, you know, a crisis of conscience. The first thing that the other black girl from head of the class says to her is, he is the biggest drug dealer in Harlem.
Yes.
They skip over them getting together. They have that wonderful moment at the bar. And then the next time you see them, they're walking together. She says, how did you find me? Yeah. Harlem is a small place. And then that's the end of it. Now they're talking. They're a couple. She sees something violent. Well, I guess that's what happens. I'm going to break up with him. Okay. But then she gets back with him. There's some more violence. I don't know what. It's like, baby.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Like, either you're not or you are. But, you know, shit or get off the pot. Like, we like, you had your moment to say. So that never, and in my mind, like I said about cutting this part out, to be clear, I would have liked to have seen a movie about that. Romello, Melissa, trying to figure it out. Leslie Uggams is their mother. actually give them something to do except, giving blue steel to each other in this one moment, because I think Wesley Snipes can be funny.
Yes.
Wesley Snipes can be charming. I think Theresa Randle, the same thing. Like, this actually could have been a nice thing, but much like you, this was the film that you get more Leslie Uggams.
Yes. Yeah.
And they, just jamming there. Conversely, I was thinking, because again, I'm in the midst of a rewatch of The Wire. You ever think about how much, or how little rather, Avon Barksdale and Stringer Bell are sexual beings on The Wire?
Yeah.
Like,
well, Stringer a little bit more.
Stringer flirts with D'Angelo's girl after spoiler for The Wire. After D'Angelo dies.
Oh, it's more than flirt.
Okay, he sleeps with her.
Okay.
But even that is almost him, that's him as a sociopath.
Yeah, fair.
Stringer, they killed a one girl who was in the apartment who was talking crazy in the first season about "I'ma tell on you," and then they get to strippers for him when he gets out of jail. But you never like this show was on for 5 seasons. You never spend time with them as like, they don't have girlfriends.
Yeah.
They don't have wives.
Yeah, they don't have lives.
They don't have, and none of the 4 kingpins do. Marlowe has a girl, but then, but when we see her, he kills her as his sort of rite of passage into, the violence. Personally, Prop Joe, you never see anyone with him at all. But you understand why. Like, we don't need that.
Well, yeah, to be fair, in The Wire, the only person, there's very few people that you see their personal lives. And even then, it's really the season that's more about the politics that you get into it. You see McNulty's life.
I mean, McNulty's is always,
but he's always
got some motion.
But he's always messing up with
right. Bunk is a hound. I mean them just as sexual beings.
Okay,
I'm not,
okay.
I mean, hell, Weebay got a son.
Yeah.
Cheese got a son. Like, it's motion.
Did Cheese have a son?
Oh yeah, Randy is Cheese's son.
That's right.
Yeah, Randy is Cheese's son.
That's right.
So, I was thinking about, so much of this film is devoted to Romello has to be a sexual being, but the film doesn't need it. Not only does it not need it, but again, it's about realism. Like, this thing already comes in at 2 hours and 3 minutes.
I know. That's the other thing. I'm like, really?
Like, anytime a 2-hour movie is still overstuffed, it's too much going on.
Yeah, especially a drama.
Especially a drama. But, again, I think.
You wanted to talk about the ending.
Right. Because, again, I think there's this tension. And now I'll bring in something like Training Day. Where audiences, and I'll say black audiences in particular, I'm thinking about the moral universe of really successful black creators. And of course, the lodestone is Tyler Perry. Like, we are a moral people, so that we want bad people punished and good people rewarded. And at this moment, there is no worse person than the drug dealer. And at the end
of that moment in the 90s.
Right. At this moment, like, they kind of lampshade it in a scene in the movie where Romello says that he was reading an article in the Times, because of course he was. He was probably listening to jazz in his brownstone while he was reading the Times, that said that drug dealers should be put up against the wall and executed. And you have a hint of this complexity of contradiction, and then we're on to the next thing. But you can tell the romance part of this film wanted Romello and Melissa to have this happy ending.
Yeah, to get away.
But at the same time, he can't come out of it unscathed because of this moral universe that we have to inhabit.
Has to be a price.
So then the price is he gets crippled and he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And it's just, and you know it's later on because now he's grown, it's later on facial hair.
Of course.
He's got the big, thick goatee like he's in the Whispers. And it's just, it was just an unwieldy ending.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, of course the father's going to OD. Like you know, he's not going to get out of it alive. So we get him off the board. I'm still not really sure what happened to Ray Nathan.
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming he's still dealing drugs.
No. I don't know if he shot himself. Or
no. I think the implication is that he shot himself.
That he shot himself.
Yes.
He wanted to kill himself.
Yeah, because he thought he killed his brother.
Right.
I think that was the implication.
Right, but to your point with the direction,
it doesn't.
I thought maybe there was a mafia sharpshooter that got him because he just sort of said, like, you heard a bang, and then he said, ugh, and then he fell, and then they cut to the end with Romello with the big goatee in the wheelchair.
Apparently down south.
Damn right, you could tell it was down south because it was the woods.
It was the woods.
It was the woods.
They was on like a pier.
Right. They didn't go to Africa like Nas did in Belly.
So they didn't go to Africa.
Remember, they had been all over the world. They had been to the islands. We've been everywhere.
Oh God. I had a funny feeling about the ending, because as I was watching, I was remembering. I was like, "Why do these people don't get out of here alive?" Right. And first of all, and maybe I missed it earlier, but the geography of everything like took me out, because I didn't remember that, or didn't know throughout watching the movie, that the pop lived across the street from where the Italian mob's deli was. Right. Now, maybe they showed it earlier. I just didn't realize.
Sure.
But
it's not clear though.
It's not. It's not. So when they both come out on the street at the end of the movie, I'm thinking, oh wow, that's wild. They're all it's separate parts of the city, and they're going through this. And then all of a sudden,
no, it's just
they're across the street.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, the Next Door app was popping. The Next Door app was popping. Did y'all hear that? Did you see that? What's going on?
But as I was remembering, as all of that was lining up, I was like, I don't think one of these people get out of the show alive.
Sure.
As I'm remembering it. And then I said, or am I remembering Jason's lyric? But then it basically plays out almost like Jason's lyric.
Look, again.
Which was the same year.
Again, the crazy brother is sort of a standard trope in a lot of, you know, it's the cerebral, introspective brother, and then it's the crazy wild card brother.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to have that in the context of running a successful drug enterprise, I need more than I'm going to hand the keys over to you.
I know.
Like this, Romello, you know this is not going to end well.
Yeah.
So either you want it to be like this, or you're going to set something else up, or... Again, the motivations didn't really line up.
No, not at all.
As logically as I think it could have, which, you know, I don't know if this is the script itself. I don't know if the editing of the film, there was more footage that could have filled in the book. Because I think there were a lot of jumps in logic and jumps in, you know, because when Stephen Harris's character got murdered, Then I thought they were at war, but everyone's still kind of chilling.
Yeah.
Then Ray Nathan killed the Italian guy, and I said, "Oh well, I saw Goodfellas like this.
I know how this plays out.
Like I know, like eventually, like at some point, you're gonna think that you're going to get made, and you're not, because you always have repercussions. But then everybody's still just sort of chilling. They're at the club, and so it didn't really make sense. A lot of it.
Speaking about not making sense, and after this we can start wrapping it up. But going back to Stephen Harris' character, who was Goggles, who he was his best friend, known him for 18 years, and tomorrow we're going to have a big event, and I've known you forever, and certainly, we're going to grow old together. Yes. Yes. But let me just sign my name to this death certificate that the script is clearly giving me as I talk about the baptism for my new baby.
Right.
And I can't wait for you to be there.
It's like him and what's my boy's name? What's my boy's name from Scrubs?
Oh, Donald Faison.
Donald Faison. Yeah, I'm certainly going to make it to the end of this film, and then I'm going to go off to college.
Yes.
And live a wonderful, peaceful life.
As I ride my bike with Chekhov's gun. Literally. But anyway, back to Stephen Harris.
Yeah, back to Stephen Harris.
And speaking of baby, so he's got a wife. Got two children. And one of his youngest child is about to have baptism.
Yes.
Right? He dies.
Yes,
he's killed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wesley Snipes has to go to his house.
Yeah.
To kind of tell his wife.
Right, what happened.
Yeah. She's there.
Yeah.
With his two kids.
Yeah.
She's a lighter skinned, brown skinned woman.
Yeah.
Stephen Harris is a dark skinned man.
Yeah.
Their one's older son, kind of like brown skin.
Yeah.
The youngest son, the baby.
Yeah.
What color is that baby?
Hey man, genetics are weird, and we're black people. Look. Can't play that game. That's what you. That's where you work.
I wanted to see the mailman.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I didn't know. Yeah.
I noticed. I guess because the Terrence Blanchard wasn't playing at that moment, so there was something for me to see.
Whew. They said we're gonna use this Terrence Blanchard.
You see how much we got to pay him? Put him in every one of these damn scenes. Would you recommend Sugar Hill?
I am still going to say yes. But in full disclosure, the merits of the film are not enough to justify it. I am going to say yes because I do think you should watch Barry Michael Cooper's Harlem trilogy. I think of the three films, this is the weakest. And frankly, that's saying something because I like Above the Rim, but I think Above the Rim is a spotty film as well.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that.
But I do think the three films together are an important testament to what Barry Michael Cooper gave the culture. And I do think there are some good parts to this movie. I like Clarence Williams III. I actually liked Abe Vigoda. I thought Abe Vigoda, which you see is and I forget what adjective you use, but I saw it as weary. I read it as weariness. And yet another aspect of the plot that I wish they would have explored more. I was really interested in this amazingly complicated relationship between his character and Romello and how they did and did not acknowledge the fact that Romello murdered his cousin. And I think Wesley Snipes and Abe Vigoda were good enough actors in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good scene.
Like, I really love that. So I, I like Clarence Williams III. I liked Abe Vigoda. I liked Ernie Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
I think visually, Wesley Snipes and Theresa Randle are nice to look at. Like I think we talk about this 90s aesthetic. We talk about this 90s moment. I think the images that we talk about from the 90s, your Denzel Washingtons, your Nia Longs, like just these stills and images. And certainly we talk about Wesley Snipes, and I don't think we talk about Theresa Randle enough, just that the image of Theresa Randle.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there are nice images of them in here, so that coupled with it being part of Barry Michael Cooper's trilogy, I would recommend it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to recommend this. I can't recommend this at all. I think that, honestly, to me, as far as the Barry Michael Cooper of it all, I think you can watch New Jack City and Above the Rim, and you're fine. I think unless somebody tells you that, oh, he did this Harlem trilogy, you wouldn't know and wouldn't care.
Sure.
So, because I don't think that the films really speak to each other in any real meaningful way, and I certainly don't think New Jack City or Above the Rim speak to this film at all. So, I don't need that for it. I think that Clarence Williams III is doing good work in here, but I think there's other places where you can see Clarence Williams III doing just as good or better work. Mm-hmm. I think Michael Wright is stuck in a mode that was better done in the Five Heartbeats.
Yeah.
And actually, because it was a series, actually is able to play more levels of this role in Oz.
I don't even remember him. Am I going to have to rewatch Oz?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Talk about depressing.
Yeah.
I think Wesley Snipes and Theresa Randle, great to look at. And it would be nice if there were more Theresa Randle projects out there where she is the lead.
Mm-hmm.
But
never got the breaks.
She didn't get the break that she deserved. I also think that another reason not to watch this film is I don't want anyone to see that scene with her and Von D. Curtis Hall. I understand that it's art. It was a film. And does she get the better of him kind of at the end? She does. But it is a disturbing scene that is fully gratuitous in this movie. It could be lifted up and out of this movie.
That is 100% correct.
And I don't think, and I would not want anyone to have to sit through that scene. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to bet Von D. Curtis Hall doesn't cape for this scene at all.
Sure. Sure.
So I wouldn't want anybody to do that. And overall, I just don't think the movie, for the themes that it wants to explore, mm-hmm. I think there are other films that have those themes kind of running through it. The whole brothers relationship. Mm-hmm. I just caped up for one in Jason's Lyric. Mm-hmm. I think that's explored there a lot better in that film. And I'm not even that great of an Alan Payne fan, but I think it's explored better in that film. So at the end of the day, as good looking as a movie as it is, mm-hmm. I can't recommend Sugar Hill.
You know, the funny thing, speaking of Alan Payne, it's like Wesley Snipes leaves New Jack City and makes this. Alan Payne made a version of this movie too.
Who's that?
Blue Hill Avenue.
Blue Hill, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird. And I remember
I don't remember.
I don't remember being a fan of that film.
I'm not sure if I've seen it. I know
Yeah.
I could see the poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen it.
Almost wish we were doing Blue Hill Avenue soon, but
Well, you haven't dug into that short list yet.
yeah.
I'm sure it's there in the back of it.
Yeah.
But that is our thoughts on Sugar Hill. But you be the judge. Go check out Sugar Hill for yourself. All right? There you go. Before we tell you what we're going to be reviewing next week here on The Mission, I invite you to follow The Mission on all the social medias of your choice, whether it's Instagram. We are also on Threads. We are also on YouTube at Micheaux Mission. On YouTube, you can subscribe, hit the bell, and be notified of when we go live and when we put up all of our new videos and shorts. You can also find the Micheaux Mission on the podcast catcher of your choice, whether it be Spotify, whether it be Apple, wherever you find podcasts, you'll find the Micheaux Mission, which is brought to you by the good people at Podglomerate, who make podcasts work, such as ours, with streams every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. live here from Young Junk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast, Palace. If you want to book yourself in one of the fabulous studios that they have here at Young Junk, go to youngjunk.com and make it happen. And before I forget, shout out to each and every one of you who did come out to join Vincent and I and our good friend Stephanie Watts at the Bryn Mawr Film Institute last week for our screening of Rush Hour. It was a great time. We had such a good time. Hey, Dylan was there.
Yeah.
It was really good time there. And
a film that ages surprisingly well.
We totally did not
like
expect
remarkably well.
It really held up, and there were a few people that had never seen the film before. For a lot of people, it was the first time seeing it on a big screen.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But it really held up very well.
Right.
It's a very strong film, and it was a great time. Great time. We will be returning to Bryn Mawr Film Institute in October.
Yes, sir.
And boy, do we have a movie that is selected for you. We're going to be announcing that next week, so stay tuned for that. All right. Speaking of next week here on The Mission, that's right. It is Vincent's next selection for our viewing pleasure. And Vincent, he did us all a favor.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has chosen
oh, yeah.
a undeniably great movie.
Oh.
I can look, I'm going to spoil it right now. We are both going to be recommending this film.
Oh.
Next week.
An actual master class.
Next week, here on The Mission, Vincent and I will be sitting down to review Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman in Crimson Tide. Right here on The Mission. Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Len, and in parting we say,
we'll see you when it's time to meet again.